You're on the BREKKY Show with Scotty. It is 21 minutes away from 9 o'clock, which is about, 31 minutes maybe to talk sport. And, brilliant music there from the great Peter Brandy and Answer the Call. And that's exactly what Chips has done. A big welcome back from Perth. How are you, Chips?
I'm very well, thanks, Fish. I'm a little bit warmer here, thankfully.
Yeah,
freezing in Perth.
I bet. You were part of that Antarctic blast, were you?
Was it an Antarctic? Because all the locals were saying it was cold. I was like, no kidding. I don't have any covered shoes. I forgot my jeans.
Yeah, it's terrible shock. It's going away, isn't it, from Kununurra?
I know.
Because,
winter. I'm excited.
It is. It's a bit hard sometimes. Although we've had a couple of chilly mornings.
Beautiful weather here.
Bracing is what.
Bracing. Invigorating.
I haven't seen that many jumpers yesterday morning at golf.
Quite a while.
Yeah. It was. It was a fashion parade of jumpers and not very fashionable, I might add, as well.
No beanie, Scotty.
I didn't see a beanie. There might have been one or two, but I can't remember seeing them. Beanies. You're a bit cold. Did you play any sport down in Perth?
I certainly did not. I talked a lot of sport, though.
Yeah. What were you doing down there? Work, obviously.
Yeah, regional get-together, because obviously we're dotted around the regions, and then we all come together as part of the whole. So, just talking about being part of the whole department, which is obviously more than sport and recreation.
Did Liz Moonshine get down there?
No, she didn't. No, because I guess it's more specifically DLGSC employees.
Only because she was here in Kununurra.
I know.
For the Kimberley
champions.
She was third place, I think, behind a couple of Kununurra girls.
I know, fantastic.
Now, we did mention it last week.
I know, Scotty. Are you going to tell me a little bit about it?
Absolutely. It was a fantastic weekend of a real celebration of golf.
And Kununurra came through.
We did. We welcomed a whole bunch of golfers from Derby. Great to see some really happy, smiling faces. Some fantastic ones and some very good people. And also a handful from Broome.
Okay. Some new people, new faces?
And there was also a sprinkling from all over Western Australia and a few from
Is that
other
right?
a few randoms.
Yeah, great.
So including one from Preston Beach who ended up taking out the Stableford Championship with an incredible 99 points on. But anyway, actually it wasn't that many. It was 89 points, and really great. And I did mention this story last week. And there was a lady player who took out the Stableford Championship. Her first round of 18. Right, and she scored 55 points, which is just like unheard of.
Is that right?
And then the next game, she scored a lot lower than that. I think she had a nice round 100 and something. Anyway, her handicap came down. They put in all her details on Sunday night, and her handicap came down 25 strokes in one weekend.
Wow.
Yeah. So 1 minute she's playing on 44, the next minute she's playing on 45 or something, the next minute she's playing on 20.
Okay, and Scotty, it's funny, isn't it? Because you say your golf game changes from week to week.
Yeah,
so it doesn't mean that you necessarily play at that level each week.
We definitely had a home track advantage. But congratulations once again goes out to the Kimberley Champion of Champions, Steve Lamont.
Steve Lamont.
He played very, very well, and he was in the zone on the Sunday. It was whatever.
Wasn't it contested between Troy and Steve?
Yes, it was. It was in the playoff hole, and unfortunately, Troy sort of didn't handle the pressure as well as Steve, and Steve won the playoff hole 5-8. And Troy was therefore the runner-up.
Well, congratulations to both of you.
And we actually had top three with Vinnie Durkin one straight behind, but he didn't play in the playoff because he wasn't, it was... but well done to Steve. He's a very, very proud... He is a very, very proud Kimberley champion, Steve.
Great.
And,
well done, Steve.
He told me afterwards he did for the Kiwis because he's a proud Kiwi as well.
Okay.
And 2 years years ago,
Yeah.
the Kimberley champion was Al Wardley.
Of course.
Also from New Zealand.
True, yes.
So
always a bit of a Kiwi flavour in the club.
Yeah. So well done to them. And the ladies, Sandy Cocaine finally came over the top of Leah Oltham from Derby, who's a fantastic golfer.
Right. Oh, well done, Sandy.
And Sandy and Herb have been having this sort of little battle for a few years, and the Kimberley champion of champions.
Yeah, great.
And Sandy finally did it. And Rhiannon Morris, who was formerly Rhiannon Fuller, she was runner-up. So we had...
I just worked out who Rhiannon is. She used to work at the pub.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Very, very good golfer.
Yes.
And just hits the balls so effortlessly. It's
nice.
Beautiful to watch.
Yeah, okay.
And we've got some very good golfers there at the moment.
Yeah.
And they're playing some good golf, including on the weekend. While we're talking golf, I'll talk about the weekend. It was the 18-hole Stableford, proudly sponsored by Lawrence and Hanson for both men's and ladies. And we'll start with the ladies first. Erin Whitaker had 36 points, and runner-up was Rhiannon Morris with 34, and the gross was Sandy Cocaine. And the well done, ladies. Yeah, and Erin was very happy about that. After such a big weekend, and she did an enormous amount of work over the weekend, last weekend. And for the men's, he was the captain yesterday. Usually the vice captain. But no, he was usually the vice captain, but he stood up as captain yesterday with Coops away. Evan Stoddard had a win with 40 points.
Oh, great.
1 point ahead of Mr. Consistent Simon Smith. Who played very well. And third place, we don't get a prize for third place apparently. We should. Third place was yours truly.
Oh, Scotty, that's fantastic.
Look, I tell you, the terrible golf that I played on the Kimberley Champs, I didn't think I'd ever play good golf again, and then turned it around to have 37 points. So I was pretty happy about that yesterday. But I let myself down out the back nine.
Oh, did you?
Yes, yeah. Was hitting a good ball, but yeah.
That's well done.
And well done to Troy, who was the gross winner. Was off the sticks.
Oh, okay. Troy,
a couple
came back. Was
couple of good names there. And well done to a couple of Adrian Goldup, Old Dipper, also Sarge, Brett Pengilly, and also Warren Chapman, all getting nearest the pin on their respective holes, and Aaron and one of the Adams family, Faye Adams, Faye with an E.
Oh, okay.
And Brad's mum.
Oh, lovely.
She landed on number 4 as well for a nearest the pin. So
that's
well done to them.
Nice running in the family.
Yeah, and great to see Stewie Fuster out there.
Okay, doing all right?
No, he got Naga. He got Naga.
He was out there having a go, Scotty.
Yeah,
so,
he certainly was. Great to see. So it was a great day yesterday. It was cold in the morning. Beautiful day for golf, though. It didn't get very hot at all. The sky was just gorgeous blue, and the course is playing pretty good. So yeah, good, really good. How are you going with your footy tips?
Oh, Scotty, I haven't been doing that this year. That's probably just as well, I'd say. How about you?
Not too well this week. I'm doing all right in the family comp, but at the moment, this week, I've only got 2. So I think I'll bow out from there's a competition running with AFL that there's 2 competitions with AFL. There's one that you've got to get 5 tips every week. Well, I'll miss out on that. But there's another one called the Gauntlet, where you've got to choose a different team, and you're not allowed to choose the same team.
Ah, yes.
And there was nearly 50,000 people involved, and I'm down into the last 2,000.
You are?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good,
We're giving that one a good run.
Okay,
so,
fingers crossed.
And I didn't back the Crows, but I did back the Crows in the Gauntlet, so it makes sense.
Oh, no, okay.
So anyway, so I was happy and sad that the Crows won.
Okay, well, that was a 50-50 chance, wasn't it?
Yeah, very, very happy that I'm still in the Gauntlet. Sad that I didn't back them, but So while we're talking footy, let's run through some of the games.
Scotty, can I just do a quick shout out?
Yeah, of course
one of my regional officers who's normally down the Bunbury way, Joe, I hope I've got that right after all these years. Hi, Joe Giubilini, how are you? Joe's in town and she's just let me know.
Is she tuning in?
Well, she's just said she's listening now. So,
brilliant.
Hey there, Joe and family.
What's Joe's sports specialty?
Oh, look, she's a bit of a high jumper.
High jumper?
Joe's pretty good at everything. Oh,
she must be tall.
Netball. Oh,
Well, aren't high jumpers tall?
Look, I wouldn't say Joe's much taller than me, are you, Joe? But, her legs are a bit more longer and jump a fair bit higher.
Is she a proponent of the Frosby flop?
I don't know about that. But
you know about the Frosby?
That I did my
you would
ACL.
have done the Frosby flop
really
at school. That was a particular manoeuvre to the one over the back.
Yes, okay.
That's known as the Frosby flop.
Oh, she just said, yes, I am.
There you go.
Oh, there you go, Joe. I knew you were a legend.
And I wish I knew his first name, but I think he was an American high jumper named Frosby.
Okay.
The old Frosby flop.
Oh, great. Okay, well, great sportswoman and a lovely lady and a fantastic regional officer, so can't wait to see
Well done, Joe. I hope you have a great time up here in the Kimberley.
Yes.
And getting around and seeing some sports. Is she a golfer?
Oh, actually, I do believe she does golf. Let's see if she does golf. Are you a golfer, Joe? I can imagine her out there on the golf course.
Yep, well done. Well, I hope she enjoys getting out and seeing some of the great sporting facilities that we got, and maybe some...
She's got clubs, she said. Oh, yeah, you're going to have to go and catch up with Scotty, Joe. I'll get you guys together. All right, yes.
We got some very
Scotty,
good...
you were going to talk about the AFL.
Well, we're going to talk about the AFL, round 13, which we're still in the middle of. Well, we're not in the middle, but we got the end. In fact, we'll get to that very, very shortly, and maybe there'll be some Collingwood supporters make some comment. We'll see how we go. But, of course, it kicked off on Thursday with Port Adelaide and Geelong. That was the first one I got wrong, because Geelong at the Adelaide Oval had a 21-point win over Port Adelaide.
Okay.
I was also surprised at the SCG to see the Hawks have a big win, a 38-point win over Sydney.
Win, wasn't it?
Sydney Swans.
And
they are up and down like a yo-yo this year, aren't they?
Yeah. I think they've been mostly down, haven't they, Scotty?
Yeah.
A bit of form here and there.
I thought the Suns were going to do a bit better than they did against Freo, but I did back Freo at Optus, 27-point winners over the Gold Coast Suns. An amazing game up at Kazali's. Do you know where Kazali's is?
Up there, Kazali's?
No, Kazali's Stadium.
No, where is that?
It's in Cairns. It's the major football stadium. It's hardly a stadium, but it's the main football and cricket ground. I saw Australia take on Bangladesh at Kazali's. But yeah, they had played an AFL game up in Cairns, and St Kilda led for the whole game, except for the last kick and a half, and the Crows kicked the last goal and then a point to win by 6 points.
Ah, there you go.
So well done to the Crows. They weren't leading at all until right at the end, and came over the top of the Saints.
Fantastic.
I didn't back them, but I did back them in the gauntlet.
No one's surprised there.
I know. I'm shocking. Very, very un-Australian.
We do.
There was a draw, the first draw of the year, down in Tasmania at Blundstone Arena, 94 all to North Melbourne and the GWS Giants. They always do well, North Melbourne. I wonder how long is it going to take before they actually make that move and become a Tasmanian team. But they always play pretty well down in Blundstone Arena, North Melbourne at the Kangaroos. 94 all, so a draw there for those two teams. And I think the West Coast Eagles would be very, very happy with a 4-point win over
just
Richmond.
in the last 30 seconds or so, Scotty.
Yeah, Josh Kennedy again.
Yeah, what a legend.
What a legend.
Yeah.
And then there's a game being played today because it's a long weekend around lots of places around Australia, in fact everywhere except WA and Queensland, the Queen's birthday long weekend. So at the SCG, obviously because of COVID, Melbourne and Collingwood. And did you know that Nathan Buckley is coaching his last Collingwood game today?
Oh, I did not know that, Scotty.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the question is, and I might get a text from a couple of Collingwood supporters, who knows, did he fall on his sword and put his resignation in?
Ooh.
Or was he tapped on the shoulder and said, we're going to
there you go. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Because they've been talking about it for weeks now.
Yeah.
You can just imagine that poor old Collingwood having a bit of turmoil in the club.
Yeah,
from that administration side of things, and I suppose on the field.
Yeah.
But was he tapped and said, we're going to get rid of you, we'll let you bow out at your terms? Or
well, you'd hope that he just made
did he just make that decision himself and
having to be called, if that was the case?
I think, it'd be interesting. But anyway, that should be a good game. Melbourne, I think, top of the ladder, and Collingwood down in the cellar at the moment. So
okay, but yes, the way these games go, Scotty, you just never know.
Oh, what did my brother say the other day? It's hard to pick the loser as it is the winner in the AFL at the moment.
That was pretty well said.
Yeah, well, it's if you take your footy tips seriously, and we do in our family, because there's a few dollars on it for a start.
Yes, indeed.
$100 in, and there's quite a few people playing in the family one, so we'll walk away with a tidy sum.
Nice.
So we're taking it nice and seriously, and giving each other quite a little bit of elbow.
A bit of a nudge.
Yeah, a bit of a nudge.
Now, Scotty, I don't know any local scores, unfortunately. There were a couple of games played, and there was a double header played here at the Town Oval on Saturday between the Warringah Crows versus the Wirramanoo Tigers at 5 p.m. Also, I don't know who won. And the Kununurra Demons versus the Halls Creek Hawks. How's that working? So they must have had the times wrong there. But, that was one after the other. So both not at 5 o'clock. But there was a game played on Saturday between the Order River Maggies and the Margie Dockers. Oh, actually, I do know that they got up. That it was a pretty close game, and the Magpies won. That was on Saturday. A Friday in Halls Creek, the Yearly Powers versus the Warman Eagles. And I don't know if there are any women's games to speak of, because I'm going to have to talk to our lovely Secretary Tash Cross and just find out why we're not getting the fixtures up in the game times and scores there.
Yeah, I got the round. I've had a look at Facebook. We've got the round 9 league men's games, but no results.
Tash is a busy woman, so I understand how these things go. But also, Scotty, the EKFL took the under-19s team over to
tell us about this.
Yeah, that was last Saturday, and they the EKFL versus the CKFL, and apparently ran away with the game from the centre contest in the first half. And the Central boys put up quite a bit of fight in the second half, apparently. But Jarek Padoon and Rocky Carlton and Jamal Stretch were among the better performers.
Brilliant.
So in the second boy, the East boys got out of blocks again with some great rock work from Jamal Stretch, teaming up with Jarek Padoon and Rocky Carlton again. So, and they never looked back. So those guys were really doing a great job out there. So the MVP for the Carnival went to Jarek Padoon, and the MVP for the EKFL was Trayvon Stretch. And they'd just like to thank Woonan for giving their support. And, there were the umpires that went out there, and I know one of them was Wayne's son, Jack. So good that dedication's running in the family too, Scotty.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Now, I paid no attention
Oh, no, Scotty. What are you talking about, tennis?
Yes.
Oh, gosh, now, yeah, I do know that Joe likes tennis too.
Well, where is Joe to give us an update on the French Open at Roland Garros? I did hear
know who
that
won his
Novak
19th
Djokovic,
title.
19th title.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yep. How many he's got to go before he's the GOAT?
What happens with the goat? They have to be put out to pasture?
You know what a goat is, surely.
Yes, I do.
Well, I think Roger Federer is the goat at the moment.
Okay, yeah. Well, you never know. He's on his way, isn't he?
Djokovic is definitely barking on his heels.
Yes,
He doesn't normally win the French Open. That's always in the domain of Rafael Nadal.
Look at you, Scotty. You sound like you know about tennis.
Well, he's got how many's he got? 7 or 8 French Opens. Rafael Nadal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his.
Yeah, that's his domain.
His domain. He loves a bit of clay.
Yeah.
So anyway, who did? I'm going to put you on the spot now. Who did Jocko win against?
No, I don't know that.
I can't even say his name.
Yes, Scotty.
Stefanos Tsitsipas, isn't it? Tsitsipas.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go with what you're announcing there. Now,
Got a few T's thrown in there for good measure. Tsitsipas.
Barbara Krejcikova.
Yeah.
Won both ladies singles and doubles at the French Open. So well done to Barbara. It's an unfamiliar name for me. But
all right, so and I suppose we're a few weeks away from the Open.
Scotty, you must be getting very excited.
The big one.
Yeah.
Wimbledon.
Yes, awesome.
Yeah, well done. And of course,
are they having any spectators there?
I don't know.
This year, Scotty? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But well done to all those tennis stars at the Roland Garros, the French Open.
That's
done and dusted for another year.
Just another little bit of interesting facts. Kayaker McCown broke the 100-metre backstroke world record on the second day of the Australian World Swimming Trial.
I hear they're going very, very well. There's some very, very good swimmers getting ready for Tokyo Olympics, which at this stage is still on.
Yes, there you go, Scotty. There's
a few paranoid Japanese, though.
Oh, I'm sure there's a few paranoid all sorts of people.
Yeah.
The athletes, the people putting it together.
We've discussed this before. It's I love the Olympics. I just love the whole spectacle. I love watching the sports. I love watching the unusual things that pop up, the unusual sports. They get some really good coverage that you just don't normally see. You know,
that's right.
The archery and all those sort of things.
I know, Scotty.
Shooting.
Yeah, it just won't be the same, will it? And will they have enough volunteers to put it all together at the end?
You want it to go ahead, and then at the same time you don't want it to go ahead because of it's not going to bother us here in Kununurra, but it's going to obviously bother people in downtown Tokyo.
That's right.
With an influx of people from all over the world.
Oh yeah, it's pretty mega thing to contemplate in the current circumstances.
Yeah.
Scotty, did you know that our department has got some great grants up for grabs?
Tell us about those.
Of the community sport and recreation facility fundings. Well, I say that there's a bit of work involved in these grants, but certainly they're about projects such as new or upgraded playing surfaces, change rooms, ablutions and sports storage. And we know that a couple of our grants have recently gone towards like the lawn bowls club for their new upgrade, or their new court, really, their new surface.
I hope you're going to put a roof on it.
Look, I think that's in the pipeline, Scotty.
I think
Might
it needs,
not be in stage 1, though.
Some really nice, trendy, sort of nice, big curved...
That all sounds trendy and expensive, Scotty. It's all about the money. It's only money. That's right. It falls from the trees around here.
It's only money.
But yes, and of course, a lot of there was CSR FF funding involved in going towards the Wyndham Oval, because I know Scotty's.
That's a great idea, isn't that?
Yes, for sure. And remember, we spoke about the work that goes into those projects, like Shree and Mark Timms, for years and years, trying to get that happening. And after all their hard work, it's paying off. And same with the lawn bowls club, they have put in significant time, energy into grant applications and just trying to get this all into fruition, and now it finally is. Very exciting.
You know, I do joke and say it's only money, but at the same token, and we've talked about it many times before, haven't we, about the fact that sports is so important.
Fundamental, Scotty, isn't it?
It's so important in the fabric of life in you know, anywhere, but in particular Australia.
Yeah.
It is a fantastic outlet for so many young people.
Yeah.
It is
without doubt.
Is so good for health.
Yes,
well-being.
It goes way beyond the actual physical activity of the sport, doesn't it? And the development.
And
physically.
You know, well, there should be money put in all sorts of things, but definitely sport. And you guys do, don't you? So,
that's true. And remember, people out there, if you've got any ideas of how to improve or your club or get more sport going in town or more recreation, we're here to help you do that. We can't always provide the, you know, assistance that the club is aspiring to, but we can certainly find ways and avenues, you know, combined with our assistance to get you there and on the way.
Yeah.
But Scotty, just back to the CSRFF funding, there's $12.5 million budget, and $1 million is now set aside for projects that increase female participation in sport and recreation.
Brilliant.
Such as unisex change rooms. You know, that's been a really important new wave of requirements, you know, since women's football has really taken off over the last couple of years. But and then there's a further $10 million over 4 years to be invested in the new club night lights program, which is really exciting because obviously so many of the community ovals and other ovals, I guess, around the countryside are lacking in sufficient lighting.
Makes sense here in a place like the Kimberley as well.
Yes,
where,
that's right, where we need to exercise at night time.
Running around in the evening is a good idea. Running around in the afternoon and
leaves a lot to be desired.
Is
only
not
for the
faint-hearted
and the Englishmen.
Mad dogs and Englishmen.
That's right.
Out in the day, out in the midday, out in the midday sun.
Hey, and Scotty, I just let everyone know who's interested in touch football that they're doing a referee umpire development.
Oh, brilliant.
Referee level 2, I think, or just basic referee. Anyway, get down there. Level 1, sorry, everyone. That's Wednesday, 5:30 at the Kimberley Grand. So well done to Matt for doing that. And I know that...
Go on.
Sorry, Scotty, that he's also hoping to get together a sports medicine workshop to upskill as many people across the different sporting codes as possible. So I'll be working with Matt hopefully soon to get that on.
Chips, we've got to go at 6 minutes past 9 o'clock. Well, we are, because there's one thing I do want to talk about that's coming up this weekend. You know that basketball's got a great pedigree in the Kimberley, and the Ord Valley Basketball Carnival is being played here in Kununurra this coming weekend. In fact, it's happening on Friday, the 18th, Saturday the 19th, and Sunday the 20th of June.
And can you tell
there is four competitions: senior men's and senior women's.
That's what I wanted to know.
15 and under boys and 15 and under girls.
Okay.
So 4 great competitions there. Kununurra Outdoor Basketball Courts. Now, it's proudly supported by the Kununurra Basketball Association, also Gandua, and also Smarter Than Smoking.
That all
good
sounds
organisations.
brilliant.
And you can get more information from the one and only Dion Cox.
Beautiful. And Scotty, I was just about to say we should have had Dion in today to talk to us a bit more about that, but I will...
We're going to get right behind it during Community Notice Board all this week.
Yeah, for sure. And Scotty, I just might speak to him and send you through some, like, how many teams they've got going and how that's happening and whether they possibly need some more volleys to help out on the...
People love their basketball in Kununurra.
They do, and there's
right
so
throughout the Kimberley.
Raw talent getting around there, isn't there?
Now, I hear there's some incredible basketballers in town.
Yeah,
there's
and look,
really good ones.
On that note, so we've got Liz Moonshower. So she's trying to work with people in town to, you know, get those pathways more structured and, you know, embedded in what we do in Kununurra.
Ord Valley Basketball Carnival, hopefully your team, if you're not, get in contact with Dion Cox. I'm sure he'll get you into a team. Now, you can send an email to Dion Cox, dion.cox@gandua.com.au.
And that's
you can
COX.
It is COX, Cox. You can also ring his mobile number. Get a pen, write it down, 0455 064 121. That's 0455 064 121. That's Dion's mobile number. Get in contact with him about Ord Valley Basketball Carnival happening this weekend, starting on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 18th, 19th and 20th of June.
Beautiful, Scotty. Now, just quickly before we go, I've got to tell everyone that I'm the regional officer for... hurry up. The Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries. Don't make me go any faster than I have to, Scotty. And my phone number is 0448 445 348. Find me at the Save the Children building or give me a call. And also I just want to remind everyone that on Wednesday between 12 to 1 o'clock we've got a meeting to just get everyone together to talk about the gaps in sport and recreation, what we can do better as a community to make our sport and recreation more inclusive to all abilities.
Yeah, and things are already starting.
Yes.
We're talking about, and we had Nafisa in the studio 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
But we've been talking about the All Ability Sport and Recreation. They're going to be doing that tomorrow with their shooting hoops and kicking goals, but basketball and football down at Town Oval, 9 till 10 o'clock.
Gosh, Scotty, it's one of our new minister, Mr. Butty, and I might not be pronouncing his name right, I will get it right, one of his top 10 priorities. Well, there is actually 11, but yes,
all ability sport and recreation.
That's right.
Fantastic.
So we'll see what we can do to make that.
Fantastic. Now, when's this meeting, just quickly?
Well, that's Wednesday, 12 to 1 o'clock at the Save the Children building.
Brilliant.
Just pretty informal, bring your lunch.
Get me some info and we'll let people know on Community Notice Sport.
Okay, thanks, Scotty.
Thanks for being there.
Thanks,
it's great to see you again, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
And I'll see you soon, Joe Jib.
And of course, get in contact with Chips, Maria Khan. Get in contact with her if you'd like to come in and talk about your sport. We would love you to come in and talk about your sport.
Here in the hot seat with us.
And any sports, you talk about your sport, but also give us the tiddlywinks update
Scotty's pretty fascinated on tiddlywinks.
Were you a fan of quoits?
What?
Back in the day?
I never did quoits.
You never played quoits?
Weren't they the ring?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Well, maybe I had once or twice. long
What about beanbag throw? Were you very good at the beanbag? We've got to go. It's 10 minutes past 9 o'clock.
Thanks.
We do it every Monday and we love it. And we go overboard in as far as time and we don't make any apologies.
Go and get active today, people.
Warringary Radio at Diggers Rest on 693 AM.